Och hombre, så on the way. And welcome back to some more of the 39 steps. We are on event 16, I believe. 16, 17? I don't know, 16 or 15, whatever. I don't know. Called the Black Stone. The Foreign Office's meeting with Royer is brought forward in a bid to derail Blackstone's plot. So yeah, last event, Carolides got shot. And I can't remember who Carolides was. It was an important person that everyone liked and loved. And for some reason he was killed. Stupid Blackstone, the Germans want the British plans or whatever. They want Britain for World War One or Two. I can't remember when World War One was. I think it was previous to 1914. I'm not sure. I came down to breakfast next morning after 8 hours of blessed dreamless sleep. But dreams are so nice, especially lucid dreams. I found Sir Walter decoding a telegram in the midst of muffins and marmalade. His fresh rosiness of yesterday seemed thought tarnished. Oh my god, I want to have a servant just like this. Oh my god, give me food and muffins and cupcakes and shit.
I had a busy hour on the telephone after you went to bed. I got my chief to speak to the First Lord and the Secretary for War, and they're bringing Roy over a day sooner. Now, this wire clinches it. He'll be in London at 5. Odd that the code word for a sous chef d'etat major general should be porker.
He directed me to the hot dishes and went
Not
on.
that I think it'll do much good. If your friends were clever enough to find out the first arrangement, they're clever enough to discover the change. I would give my head to know where the leak is. We believed there were only 5 men in England who knew about Royer's visit, and you may be certain there were fewer in France, for they manage these things better there.
Oh my god, it's the fucking butler, kill him! The wire. What's the wire? Page 1. Royer dines with my chief and then comes to my house where 4 people would see him. Whittaker from the Admiralty, myself, Sir Arthur Drew, and General Winston Stanley. Okay, so I just realized that I'm supposed to read in this order. Okay. At my house he will get a certain document from Whittaker, and after that he will be motored to Portsmouth, where a destroyer will take him to Havre. Havre, or that's how you spell, let's see, what the fuck is it? Oatmeal? Or oat, just oat. I think it's oat, in Swedish. Yeah, I will let you know in the fucking description, if I'm right or wrong. He will never be left unattended for a moment till he is safe on French soil. The same with Whittaker till he meets Royer. Oh no, I soiled myself. That's poop.
That is the best we can do. And it's hard to see how there can be any miscarriage. But I don't mind admitting that I'm horribly nervous. This murder of Carolides will play the deuce in the chancelleries of Europe.
Carolides, rest in peace. We will all love you. Hannay! Oh, Mr. Bennett. Oh, Mr. Bennett!
Hannay, can you drive a car?
Why, yes.
Well, you'll be my chauffeur today and wear Hudson's rig. You're about his size. You have a hand in this business and we're taking no risks. There are desperate men against us who will not respect the country retreat of an overworked official.
Hey, screw you, you can drive the car. It was a soft, breathless June morning, with a promise of sultriness later, but it was delicious enough swinging through the little towns with their freshly watered streets and past the summer gardens of the Thames Valley. Ding dong, ding dong! Oh, it's Big Ben. Hello. Oh, hello, Philip. How's it going? It's okay, just driving this stupid turd to a stupid meeting. I'm not racist. I'm just stereotypical. I landed Sir Walter at his house in Queen Anne's Gate, punctually by 11:30. The first thing he did was take me round to Scotland Yard. What will we do there? Why do I have Scotland Yard in England? You can go to your country. We don't want you here. You remember if England and Scotland are no wait, they're not countries, that's the states or whatever. There we saw a prim gentleman with a clean-shaven lawyer's face.
McGillivray, I've brought you the Portland Place murderer.
The reply was a wry smile. Oh, thank you.
It would have been a welcome present, Bullivant. This, I presume, is Mr. Richard Hannay, who for some days greatly interested my department.
Mr. Hannay will interest it again. He has much to tell you, but not today. For certain grave reasons, his tale must wait for 4 hours. Then, I can promise you, you will be entertained and possibly edified. I want you to assure Mr. Hannay that he will suffer no further inconvenience.
This assurance was promptly given.
You can take up your life where you left off. Your flat, which probably you no longer wish to occupy, is waiting for you, and your man is still there. As you were never publicly accused, we considered that there was no need of a public exculpation. But on that, of course, you must please yourself.
McGillivray, we may want your assistance later on.
You must oh, I have to please myself.
Come and see me tomorrow, Hannay. I needn't tell you to keep deadly quiet. If I were you, I would go to bed, for you must have considerable arrears of sleep to overtake. You'd better lie low, for if one of your Black Stone friends saw you, there might be trouble.
Of course.
Should I really go back to my apartment? You'd think they had a guy there or something. It was very pleasant to be a free man, able to go where I wanted. And then I got shot. A free man. Oh my god, so many things. Alright. I went to the Savoy Lounge, ordered very carefully a very good luncheon, and then smoked the best cigar the house could provide. But I was feeling nervous. When I saw anybody look at me in the lounge, I grew shy and wondered if they were thinking about the murder. Oh yeah, everyone there knows me. I took a taxi and drove miles away up into North London. I walked back through fields and lines of villas and terraces and then slums and mean streets. And it took me pretty nearly 2 hours. Okay, damn. I dined at a restaurant in Jermyn Street. I was no longer hungry and let several courses pass untasted. What? I drank the best part of a bottle of Burgundy, but it did nothing to cheer me. An abominable restlessness had taken possession of me. Oh my god. I hate people who don't eat their food. I didn't feel like going back to my flat. They had to be faced some time. But as I still had sufficient money, I thought I would put it off till next morning and go to a hotel for the night. And I don't hate people that don't eat up the food, I just hate that people don't eat their food. Yes. I had only been a month under the ban of the law, and it was quite enough for me. Yet I felt curiously at a loose end. I felt that great things, tremendous things were happening or about to happen, and I, who was a cogwheel of the whole business, was out of it. Alright, sweet, we're done. Stupid reading. Oh. Here was I, a very ordinary fellow, with no particular brains, and yet I was convinced that somehow I was needed to help this business through, that without me it would all go to blazes. I told myself it was sheer silly conceit, that 4 or 5 of the cleverest people living, with all the might of the British Empire at their back, had a job in hand. Oh, how wrong you are, Mr. Hannay. Yeah, so foolish. Yet I couldn't be convinced. It seems as if a voice kept speaking in my ear. Tell me to be up and doing, or I will never sleep again. What's up with this yawning again? The upshot was that about 9:30 I made up my mind to go to Queen Anne's Gate. Okay, what we will do here? Very likely I would not be admitted, but it would ease my conscience to try. Conscience to try, please. Thank you. English es una lengua así. On my way I passed a group of young men. They were in evening dress, had been dining somewhere, and were going onto a music hall. One of them was Marmaduke Jopley. Oh my god.
By God, the murderer! Here, you fellows hold him! That's Hannay, the man who did the Portland Place murder!
I wasn't looking for trouble, but my ill temper made me play the fool, and the sight of Marmy's imbecile face was more than I could bear.
What's going on here?
Oh, this man is the Portland Place murderer!
Damn it all! Make the fellow shut up! I advise you to leave me alone, Constable. Scotland Yard knows all about me, and you'll get a proper wigging if you interfere.
You've got to come along with me, young man. I saw you strike that gentleman cruel hard. You began it too, for he wasn't doing nothing. I seen ya. You best go quietly, or I'll have to fix you up. Watch him! Watch him! Come back here!
Oh my fucking god. I have a very fair turn of speed, and that night I had wings. We're running! In a jiffy I was in Pall Mall and had turned down towards St. James's Park. Happily there were a few people about and no one tried to stop me. I was stalking all on getting on Queen Anne's Gate, or to, yeah. I can't, Queen Anne's Gate, what the hell is that? Is that my hotel or whatever?
I must see Sir Walter. My business is desperately important.
That butler was a great man. Without moving a muscle, he held the door open, then shut it behind
Sir
him.
Walter is engaged, sir, and I have orders to admit no one. Perhaps you will wait.
See here. There's trouble about, and I'm in it. But Sir Walter knows, and I'm working for him. If anyone comes and asks if I'm here, tell him a lie.
Oh, your butler is so easily fooled. I was seated and told to wait. Bring, 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 bring. He returned to the door and with a face like a graven image waited to be questioned. Oh my god, can he hold his tongue?
This is the house of Sir Walter Bullivant, and I am under the strictest orders not to let anyone, no matter who, interrupt his office.
Damn, dude. Whoa, what the fuck happened with the lights? What? What is happening? Something in here? Let's see. Oh. You can see the read. Alright, let's see here. Greek premier assassinated. Horror descended on Whitehall last night after Greek Prime Minister Konstantin Karlides was shot dead in London. The murder took place around 7 p.m. in a private apartment in House Guards, where the Greek premier was staying at the invitation of the Foreign Office. Although the area around St. James's Park was busy at the time, Scotland Yard has released no details of the suspect, and the assassin remains at large. Carol Elias was alone at the time of the shooting, and no direct witnesses to the act have been established. Police and security agents have yet to confirm whether the shooter was located in the room or fired from an adjacent building. Questions are already being raised about the security arrangements for the visit. I can't remember if it's called adjacent or adjacent. I think it's adjacent, yeah. Sir Humphrey Bullingstone, the RH member for Harrow, declared that it is a disgrace to the fine name of Her Majesty's government that a serving head of state can be murdered in cold blood in such close proximity to the King's residence. Armed security at Buckingham Palace and Downing Street has been increased as a precaution. Carol Leader's visit was thought to concern his recent call for a major international conference to settle the ongoing territorial claims that continue to beset the Balkans. The visit may also have included discussion about potential British assistance to secure Greek claims over various Ottoman islands in the Aegean, although Home Minister Drew has repeatedly insisted that Her Majesty's government does not intend to send the Mediterranean fleet to intervene. Do you notice how my English gets increasingly worse the longer I have to speak? like in oh my god. Motivations for the assassination were unclear, and Carolides is known to have had numerous enemies. I think it's so much text and everything just gets blurred. Ottoman influences are a likely candidate, although relations between Carolides and the Porte were relatively cordial compared with his predecessors. Berlin's efforts to form an alliance with Bulgaria and its long-standing relationship with the Ottomans have led to a tense relationship between Berlin and Athens. German Foreign Minister Scholz recently described Carolides as a millstone around the necks of the Greeks. A millstone? I don't know what that means. Oh my god, so much fucking reading. The German theory has supporters within Parliament. Sir Humphrey has already suggested that we will most likely find the hand of the Kaiser somewhere near the trigger of the gun. Sir Walter Bullivant, permanent secretary at the Foreign Office, reacted with shock and fury to the events of the last night and told this newspaper that this is an appalling act of political murder within the very heart of our government, and we will leave no stone unturned to catch those responsible. Pun intended. No stone, as in Blackstone, the organization that killed him. Sir Walter also extolled the influential Carolides as a steady rock, Blackstone rock, in the volatile world of Balkan politics. The tireless work of Constantine Carolides in a search of peaceful solutions to the Eastern question has been without compare in recent years, explained Sir Walters. We must ensure to continue the spirit of his work. Privately, however, the Foreign Office is thought to be deeply concerned that in the absence of Carolides, the situation in the region will deteriorate yet further. The fate of the international conference that Carolides had called for is also unknown. Although in the absence of a respected strong man, it appears unlikely that such an affair will go ahead in the immediate future. Alright, fucking finally. Close this stupid ass magazine. Alright, we're done here. Yes. I hadn't waited long until there came another ring at the bell. The butler made no bones about admitting this new visitor. I recognized the first Sea Lord, the man, they say, that made a new British Navy. He passed my alcove and was ushered into a room at the back of the hall. As the door opened, I could hear the sound of low voices. It shut and I was left alone again. Lord Aloha. Okay. Aloha! For 20 minutes I sat there, wondering what I was to do next. Then the door of the back room opened and the first Sea Lord came out. He walked past me and pausing he glanced in my direction, and for a second we looked each other in the face. I had never seen the great man before, and he had never seen me. But in that fraction of time, something sprang into his eyes, and that something was recognition. You can't mistake it. It is a flicker, a spark of light. A minute shade of difference, which means one thing and one thing only. Is he enemy? Oh my god, hurry! Call the phone! We have to tell everyone! Tell the world!
Lord Alloa's residence. How may I help you?
Is his lordship at home?
His lordship returned half an hour ago and has gone to bed. He's not very well tonight. Will you leave him a message, sir?
Oh my god, he's an imposter! Oh my fucking god. We have to tell Sir Walter. Not a moment could be lost, so I marched boldly to the door of that back room and entered without knocking. Oh my god. Next event is called the 39 Steps. That's the title of the game! And so yeah, I'm gonna end this episode right here. I would thank you guys for watching. Gracias por ver. I wish you find it's day more dudes. And until next time, hasta luego.